BKFC fighter Ulysses Diaz says he has way more power than his opponent, and he plans to crush him at BKFC 14. The story is next. Susan Cingari here with Uly Diaz, the National Boxing Association Cruiserweight Champion, who is fighting at BKFC 14. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Susan. Thank you. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. So I wanted to first start off with training. How is your training camp going?
Training camp has been going great. I haven't stopped training through this whole COVID thing. So, I've been staying ready.
Who were you training with now? Because I read that you were training with Hector at one point.
Hector is one of my teammates. We have the same boxing coach, which is who I train with, Orlando Cuellar, AKA Commander Zero. World, he's had 26 world champions, and he got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and that's my coach.
Have you done anything differently to prepare for Benedetto?
Just using different sparring partners. Benedetto's a tall guy, so we've been using some tall sparring partners. But aside from that, we're sticking to our game plan. We got good. I got the best boxing coach, in my opinion, that there is. So we're sticking to our plan.
Speaking of game plan, what range do you want to fight at?
Everybody knows me. I'm not a guy who moves back too much. I'm a forward fighter. I'm an inside guy, so you're gonna see a lot of. My fights don't last too long, but you'll see me on the inside most of the time.
Do you think you have more power than your opponent, and why?
I definitely think I have more power than my opponent, and the reason I think I have more power than my opponent is because it shows on my record. In all my professional fights combined between boxing, MMA, and bare knuckle, I'm 15-1 with 14 knockouts. So that in itself speaks for itself.
You are a very aggressive fighter. How do you plan to start the fight?
How I plan to start the fight is all depending on how Benedetto plans on starting the fight. If he comes out attacking, then we're staying in the middle. But if he doesn't, then then I'm gonna come after him like I always do. I'm gonna come after like I do all my opponents.
Your opponent is making his BKFC debut. How can you use that to your advantage? I don't take anything from anybody. He's fought before professionally. The utmost respect to him. So, it's his debut for BKFC, but it's not his debut in fighting. So that really, to me, it doesn't really make a difference. I had my debut last time, and it wasn't a difference to me. It's it's another professional fight that you have to take seriously. You got to take, and to me, I take all my opponents seriously. Speaking of making your debut last time, you looked pretty comfortable in the clinch with Brian Maxwell. Let's talk about that, and can you break down the fight for us?
I did feel comfortable in the clinch with Maxwell. My previous fight right before BKFC 2 months earlier in December of 2019 was an MMA fight. I spent months training MMA. I've trained MMA previously in my life also. I did some amateur fights many years ago. So I'm very comfortable in all fighting styles, honestly. And to break down the fight, the fight started very fast. Where obviously, BKFC starts 3 feet apart, so the action is immediate. And Brian came off trying to hold me at first, and so I saw when I would get in close to him, he'd try to grab me. So that's when I started, thinking the clinch would come into action, which it did.
The fight, as you just told us, didn't last very long, but what can you take away from that fight?
Just, again, like BKFC, we start 3 feet apart. So what I took away from that is you just got to be ready for immediate action. You never know if your opponent's going to kind of try to jump on you, or if he's going to take a step back and, make it kind of like a boxing match. So I just, I'm practicing, I've been training for both sides of that coin.
Why do you think more boxers have not crossed over into BKFC? You know what? I'm not sure. You know, a lot of what I hear from a lot of guys is, you know, a lot of guys are afraid to break their hands or hurt their hands, and then, you know, that'll obviously hurt their career. So guys, you know, and you know what? A lot of people tell me I'm crazy for fighting bare knuckle, but this is honestly the roots for me. As a kid, I fought on the streets a lot of times. That actually got me into a lot of trouble as a young adult. And now it's paying bills, so it's a blessing to be able to do this.
Speaking of boxers, not all of the professional boxers that have crossed over into BKFC have seen the success you have had. How did you adapt so quickly?
Well, I have all types of fighting styles. You know, I've fought, I've boxed, I've done MMA, I've grappled, so I have a different arsenal than just you know, guys who just grew up boxing. You know, I have different styles.
Do you prefer fighting with gloves or without?
Either one is fine with me. Either one is fine with me. I prefer the one that pays the most.
So, Uly, for fans who do not know you, bring us up to date on your current record, because you hold the cruiserweight title, plus some others.
My boxing record is 12-1 with 11 knockouts. I hold the National Boxing Association Intercontinental title, which I'm in line to fight for the world title for them as soon as we find, you know, the venue and this COVID thing kind of eases out, which is doing now. I'm 1-0 with one knockout in MMA, and I'm 1-0 with one knockout in BKFC. At the beginning of this year, in January, before COVID hit, I also did some grappling competition. I did two grappling competitions, which I came in second place in. And honestly, Susan, I love fighting. Like I said, I've been doing it since I was a kid. I started off doing it the wrong way. Now we're doing it the right way. So, you know, it's and the future's bright.
Looking ahead, have you thought who you might want to fight next?
I do, but I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that out of the. I'm gonna leave that answer out until fight night. After I beat Benedetto on stage, I'll make my announcement.
So, are you planning on staying in bare knuckle, or are you going to go back to MMA, or back to boxing, or all three?
Well, I am gonna stay in bare knuckle for a little bit, and I also, like I said, I have a chance to fight for a world title in boxing, so I'm definitely gonna do that also.
Before we go today, Uly, is there anything else you would like to add, sir?
No, I just want to thank you, Susan, for this opportunity. Thank all my sponsors, Dynamic Wellness, Primal Nutrition. Thank my girlfriend, Ashley, for helping me out through this whole camp with my cooking. My coach, Commander Zero, a.k.a. or real name Orlando KR. And my family and friends that support me, you know, and everybody else out there that supports me. I really appreciate you guys, and you guys really helped me through this fight journey.
All right, Uly, I wish you good luck at your fight at BKFC 14, and thank you so much for taking the time to interview with Bare Knuckle News.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you for the opportunity. I can't wait to see you backstage for the after I win interview.
BKFC 14 goes down Friday night, November 13th, from Miami Beach, Florida. And we will be there, bringing you all the beautiful bloody action. If you like this video, please share it, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Cingari. And remember, no one beats us to the punch.